Okay. Send this to a person in your life who lives in a frat house, especially if their frat house looks anything remotely like that. So we're going to do some positive affirmations first before we get into it. I like how y'all guys did have the graffiti on the walls. It's cool. I really love the industrial aesthetic of your guys' stuff. I think it's dope. Genuinely, I do. The problem with this video is not any of that. It is the fact that there is grime going along that hallway and people are just walking past it. So in this video, I'm going to explain a couple things. There's going to be times I say things where you roll your eyes. You may not believe the things I say, but the women that we're talking about and the people we're talking about genuinely do. So it does not matter if you think it's bullshit or not. They genuinely do. So operate where they are, not where you are. Okay? Bear with me. So, your dick. Or a partner should tell you. Do you think, if you go down on a partner, right? Do you want to go down on a partner who is super duper hairy, unkept, and unwashed? Or do you want to go down on a partner who's clean shaven, freshly showered, and ready to go? Now, not to kink shame and not to say anything, some people really like that former. That's fair. And the allegory is it's an experience that you're going to have regardless, or an enjoyable experience you're going to have regardless, and not going to say no to, the house being cleaned before I show up. Clean your house before women show up. And here's why. I'm not and I'll get into it, like once a month. I'll get into it so it doesn't feel like you guys are like doing this all the time. It's full time, whatever. I need you to understand that the bar for men is in hell. And I've dated in multiple markets all across this country, the Northeast, Florida, Southern California. I have dated all over this country. And the one thing that is concurrent is that dating is hell. And it's mostly because the types of men that are available in mass are mostly shit. I'm not talking about you necessarily. I'm not talking about any of your brothers necessarily. I'm not even talking about me. But what I am saying is that women are jaded. They're jaded. For good reason. They're jaded, and so like their expectations of what men can offer them is very low. And so what you have and your brothers have the opportunity here is to basically make not just yourselves individually, but also your abode in like the top 1 to 10%, like 10 to even 1% of people, of frat boys and frat houses in the nation, putting yourselves in an upper echelon in that regard. That being said, before we get into this, I'm very much using this as the hook to like transactionally get you guys to like want to clean your space. There's plenty of other reasons like health reasons, safety reasons, things of that nature, but we're just mainly going to talk about this. And I'm going to save some general, so this is just like one aspect of it. That's going to be most of this video. And then at the end, I'm going to give some general rules of thumb to like further help you make women like you more. It's remarkably simple. So here's what you're going to do. Women like clean spaces. Even if their personal rooms and cars are dog shit and messy, they like clean spaces. It shows effort on your part. It shows that you have your shit together on your part. And it shows a maturity level on your part, which, again, most men do not have. So here's what you're going to do. Odds are this frat house hasn't been cleaned in years, decades even. In fact, you might be living in a frat house right now that hasn't had a good, deep, clean scrub since your father, if you're a legacy, was living in that frat house. So what you're going to do is once a month, not like you don't need to do it during the winter. Do it during the spring, do it during the fall, do it on a sunny day. On a weekend, everybody's on deck once a month when the weather's like warm out and not like snowy and rainy. Everybody's going to open the windows, every window. Everybody's going to, first, before they do their individual spaces, everybody's going to take pillows off of furniture, beat the dust out of them. They're going to vacuum all of the things that remain. You're going to get on your hands and knees and scrub the floor. You're going to scrub the walls so you can get the bong smoke and the nicotine smoke out of them. You're going to scrub the kitchen. You're going to go to the oven and stove, and you're going to get underneath the grate. You're going to do everything to make it as spot. Like, think about your the clean family member, which could be your mom, your grandma, your aunt. Think about like the super sterile clean house that they have and emulate that. If you see any grime, do it. And everybody's all hands on deck. And if somebody doesn't show up, I don't care if they're out of state visiting family. I don't care if they're out of state visiting family. They got to be there. Like, short of being sick and in the hospital, everybody's there. And if they're not, toss their shit out in the yard as punishment. Make a game out of it. So you do this, and then you do the same thing in your rooms. Wash your sheets, wash all of your clothes. Everybody grab all your shit in some trash bags, and everybody go down to the local laundromat together and do it together as a group. You know, it's easier to do chores when you're not doing them alone. Dust your shelves, dust your nightstands, vacuum the floors, scrub the walls, the whole 9 yards. All right, dust, get rid of everything. Hell, pro tip, and like, this is not a popular tip, and if any women are watching this and they're going to hate me for this. Get some spiders. Unironically, get some spiders. Put the spiders in the pantry, and hell, keep a spider in your room. Why? Spiders, great pest control, and they're free. But like, you're gonna want to get like the normal little spiders, not like big fuck off scary ones. You know what I mean? Like, get like tiny little guys. Keep it and then you guys don't have to go through the rigmarole of doing this weekly, or like, obviously if you keep the spaces clean regularly, you see something, do something, y'all aren't gonna spend an entire day cleaning. You'll spend like an hour and a half cleaning as a group max. But I understand that you guys are just now getting acclimated to being grown and getting just acclimated to being adults and figuring it out. So some leeway is absolutely like permitted here. Now on to like some other stuff. I would be remiss talking about this if I didn't at the very least here talk about a handful of other things. The secret to having women like you is very simple. Brush your teeth twice a day, put on deodorant before you leave the house, shower once a day. You do that, you're already in the top 10%. You're already in the top 50%. You want to go even higher than that? Talk to women like how you do your friends. You make no mistake. If a woman wants to fuck you, if they see you as an option, they already knew within the first 30 seconds of talking to you whether or not you were an option. Let them take the lead. It is much easier that way. And talk to them like you're talking to your friends, and never ever talk about, women's bodies or personalities in any capacity. And don't really talk about like women in the abstract, women in general. Women don't like that's weird. The biggest thing I can recommend is be a feminist. I'm a feminist, like, genuinely, and I told off a coworker the other day for saying misogynistic shit. I promise you, your outlook on life is better when you are, even as a man, because you recognize how the patriarchal system is fucking you too. So, and it's hot. It's hot. It's hot to genuinely, with your whole chest, be a feminist. So embrace it. It's not some cringe woke shit. It's genuinely makes you a better human being, and it makes you more likely to get laid. I'm like, that's a perk. So send this to. So I hope you learned something today.
Hey, thanks for watching. if you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at himedia.gg/discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at himedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.